T. Flash Gordon.
Rhythm Master.
Je vous salue.
No.
Alerte générale.
C'est rien. Votre planète est en danger.
Musique expérimentale.
Hey yo. Original Roots Intention Crew. Oh nana boy. The boys.
Il est libre Max. Il est libre Max. Y'en a même qui disent qu'ils l'ont vu voler. Et là où le mène le vent, en suivant son instinct, il avance en regardant devant comme un ragaman traversant tous les océans. Rapapapam, les coups de vibration coulent dans son sang, boy. Et personne ne dictera ses idées, on n'aura pas sa liberté, seul mettre à bord de son voilier. Son destin seul, il en a décidé, tant d'années depuis sont écoulées. Et même la société ne l'a pas changé, ni même enchaîné.
Welcome to the highest sand dune in Europe. I've climbed up here to show you this wonderful piece of nature so close to the city of Bordeaux. The city is so close, it's about 30 kilometers away behind this huge forest of pine wood. This dune is more than 100 meters high and it's called Dune de Pyla. Behind me you can briefly see the Bay of Arcachon. It's well known from the oyster. Fishermen export these delicious oysters to the countries of Europe, and I can bet they also ship to gourmets all around the world from here. And here you can see Cap Ferret, the moony city at the end of the peninsula. Actually, the peninsula is quite narrow. It's not more than 3 to 4 kilometers tall. You have the Atlantic Ocean on one side and the Bay of Arcachon on the other. It's a very beautiful place to be. The Dune de Pyla is not only known for the amazing view from up here, you can also do sports, keeping you active and training your skills. But as far as I can say, the view is so breathtaking and far enough for me.
Dune de Pyla is Europe's biggest sand pit. The pine wood, which was planted along the coast in order to stop the sand line from receding, the dune and the coast together offer a magnificent view, getting photographers into the mood big time. The dune's practically a gigantic playground where there's always a new jungle gym to be conquered and where you can feel like an 8-year-old once again. It got its name from the nearest village, Pyla-sur-Mer, the region's most amazing. As you can see, on the left there's the Atlantic Ocean, opposite the Bay of Arcachon, and on the right the land is forest, which is composed mostly of maritime pine. It's almost 35 feet high, over 150 feet wide, and 1.5 miles long. Its height's never the same, and the dune's pushing its way inland by approximately 10 feet every year, depriving the forest of 3,000 square miles worth of land year after year. According to estimates, in 40 years the road nearby will be buried under it. Fences have been put up and various plants introduced at an attempt to stop the sand from spreading. From the Bay of Arcachon to Biarritz, there are 1,500 dunes along the 160-mile-long coastline, most of which are a lot smaller than the largest ones, which can reach up to 200 to 300 feet. The 4-mile-long dune just west of Bordeaux is the most favoured by paragliders. It is an ideal starting point if you want to take the sport up. It's not easy to reach the top at 300 feet, though former explorers' footsteps have created something like steps in the sand. Once at the top, if I wasn't already out of breath, the golden glow of the sand, as far as the eye can see, would certainly take my breath away. The sand looks so soft, I can't resist rolling in it like a kid. The view is truly magnificent, with the beautiful Mediterranean pine woods on one side and the Atlantic Ocean on the other, with all the hues of blue and green.
just wanna be free. Yeah.
Bouncing about, fooling around and skiing down the sand slopes remind us of the joys of playing in the sand, the same idea but a different setting.
Vers de nouveaux horizons, entourés dehors afin de fuir les problèmes. C'est ici qu'on nous mène près de paysages de plaine. On récolte ce que l'on sème tout là.
Cap Ferret, an area that right up to the end of the 19th century was intact. Apart from its streets and the buildings, it is well worth to stroll around the peninsula. It offers magnificent views of the coastline. Its beauty and peace have attracted many wanting to hide from the eyes of the world. Bill Gates, Andrew Lloyd Webber, or the Onassis family regarded it as a safe haven. Exclusive villas with huge pools and perfectly groomed gardens form the cityscape of Cap Ferret. It is a peninsula of the very rich and privileged, of that very fortunate few. Once a tiny fishing village, today a most preferred destination for those who can afford it to be, and where the fishermen's cottages have been replaced by luxurious mansions. In the gardens, olive trees, grapevines, pomegranate trees, oleanders, palm trees and cypress trees keep reminding us of the Mediterranean magic that we are part of. We can see luxury cars all around the place. Many of the millionaires here would be collectors. Here you can find the very car of the coastal roads. Its body is made of plastic, but it stands the test of time. It is a tough one. Many though would swear by 4x4s, seaside or not. Arriving at the quiet bay, you find many enjoying extreme sports, such as the now fashionable skimboarding. All we need is a wakeboard and some sense of balance. For onlookers, skimboarding might be similar to windsurfing. It is, in fact, totally different. The point is to slide on the surface of the water or on a wave. A skimboard's different from a surfboard in many ways. For example, it's made of a different material. As with many other sports, here too there's board for beginners. Freestylers and wave riders ride another kind. Sports built for shallow water, ideal for sliding or spinning around, while others are designed to be at the service of more experienced riders. Apparently, it's not hard to learn to be a wave rider. It is definitely worth giving it a try. The rider, at this point a runner really, with the wakeboard in the hand, starts running waterwards. Once by the water, the rider chucks the board into it, jumps on it and slides as long as it is possible. All we need is a board and shallow water where we can gather speed. we've decided on boogie boarding, which is shorter than a surfboard, and when the wave comes, instead of standing, you must lie on it. It is amazing to slide right to the coast, balancing on top of a wave.
Dans sa grande mansuétude, Dieu nous a donné à chacun une paire de mains au départ. Alors sous réserve que vous n'ayez pas un téléphone dans la main ou un appareil photo ou une cloche, ouais, les mains c'est le truc que vous avez au bout des bras là. Est-ce que vous avez le sens du rythme? Bon.
Coming to Bordeaux is like visiting the past, now and future at the same time. Let me take you to a walk in the city.
Bordeaux wine has been produced in the region since the 8th century. The historic part of the city is on the UNESCO World Heritage List. Bordeaux has many shopping options. In the heart of Bordeaux is Rue Sainte-Catherine. This pedestrian-only shopping street has almost a mile of shops, restaurants and cafes. It is also one of the longest shopping streets in Europe. During the French Revolution, before reappearing in 1808 with Napoleon I, Bordeaux accommodates approximately 70,000 students on one of the largest campuses of Europe.
Donnez-moi une suite au Ritz, je n'en veux pas. Donnez-moi des bijoux de chez Chanel, je n'en veux pas. Donnez-moi une limousine, j'en ferai quoi? Offrez-moi du personnel, j'en ferai quoi? Un manoir à Neuchâtel, ce n'est pas pour moi. Offrez-moi la tour Eiffel, j'en ferai quoi?
And this is the square where you can cool down in the heat.
Je veux de l'amour, de la joie, de la bonne humeur. Ce n'est pas votre argent qui fera mon bonheur. Moi je veux crever, la main sur le cœur. Allons ensemble découvrir ma liberté. Oubliez donc tous vos clichés. Bienvenue dans ma réalité. J'en ai marre de bonnes manières, c'est trop pour moi. Moi je mange avec les mains et je suis comme ça. Je parle fort et je suis France, excusez-moi. Fini l'hypocrisie, moi, je me casse de là. J'en ai marre des lampes de bois. Regardez-moi, de toute manière je vous en veux pas. Et je suis comme ça. Je suis comme ça. De la joie, de la bonne humeur. Ce n'est pas votre argent qui fera mon bonheur. Moi je veux crever, la main sur le cœur. Allons ensemble découvrir ma liberté. Oubliez donc tous vos clichés. Bienvenue dans ma réalité.
It is important that we cool our heads down as well as our feet. This craze seems to be contagious.
Je veux de l'amour, de la joie, de la bonne humeur. Ce n'est pas votre argent qui fera mon bonheur. Moi je veux crever, la main sur le cœur. Allons ensemble découvrir ma liberté. Oubliez donc tous vos clichés. Bienvenue dans ma réalité. Je veux de l'amour, de la joie, de la bonne humeur. Ce n'est pas votre argent qui fera mon bonheur. Moi je veux crever, la main sur le cœur. Ensemble découvrir ma liberté. Oubliez donc tous vos clichés. Bienvenue dans ma réalité.
As you can see, the region has a lot to offer. Do visit if you have a chance, you won't regret it. That's for sure. We've definitely had a great time.
Identité. Détaché. Flash Gordon.
Rhythm Master.
Je vous salue.
No.
Alerte générale.
C'est rien. Votre planète est en danger.
Musique expérimentale.